it's been 2 years since the first case of COVID-19 was reported in South Africa. Doctors and scientists have been hard at work trying to understand the virus. Now, the Center for Epidemic Response and Innovation at the Stellenbosch University has recently been honored for their work on identifying and tracking new COVID-19 variants. MIT Technological Review named it one of the 10 technological breakthroughs of 2022. To discuss this further, I'm now joined by the project lead, Professor Tulio de Oliveira. Professor Tulio, thank you so much for your time and for joining us on our program. A very good afternoon to you. Firstly, congratulations on the many strides you've made in as far as helping not only South Africa to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, and perhaps then it makes me ask, from your perspective, how it's been with dealing on the front lines of this pandemic that the whole world was really trying to figure out and learn as it goes.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you very much for the congratulations. But that's not just something for me. This is for the whole team. We have a very large team of scientists, and that's also for the whole team of scientists in South Africa, because the main reason why South Africa could do very well, not only on the genomic surveillance, but in the clinical response and the scientific knowledge of vaccines and variants, is because we really work together, and we really build on a very big strength on science and innovation that exists in the country. And it's fantastic, not only my group or myself, but to see so many scientists in South Africa being recognized now as some of the top scientists in the world.
Now, your work brings into the very critical aspect of the role played by technology and the medicine and healthcare sector. And I want us to just speak to just how important it is for the country to continue investing in the sector in as far as dealing with any health crisis that the entire globe might be faced with in the future.
Yes, it's extremely important. And here we are talking about very, very high technology. We are talking about basic what we have in our labs in South Africa is really one of the best examples of the fourth industrial revolution. We are talking about artificial intelligence, we are talking about robotics, automated systems, DNA sequencers, big data, and that was very big investment, and very good vision, especially from the Department of Science and Innovation. They have really been investing in this at the higher education sector, about building this basic, very high technology. Many of you will remember the big investment that they did in the telescopes in the SKA project. And it's great to see that really getting the reward. For us, the most exciting thing is to see now so many young people excited about science and innovation. Every week we get requests from people to come to basic, do training in our labs. Last week we did an advertisement for helping other African countries on the genomics, and we got over 200 applicants from 45 African countries. And for me, it's very exciting to see South Africa is starting kind of to lead in the world of this very advanced technology. And we will need that, not only to respond for epidemics, for pandemics, but also to really increase our economy, because the next level of development in the world is going to be what we call the knowledge economy, which is the base of the fourth industrial revolution.
And now lastly, Professor, before I let you go, your work has aided not only South Africa, but the entire globe in as far as dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, alarming really the entire world of the many variants which have been popping up, specifically that of the Omicron variant. There was very much mixed reaction to how we were expecting the globe to react to the news that South Africa had been the country to spot this Omicron variant. What had that journey been for you in as far as working at that and making that breakthrough?
Yes, the journey has not been easy. We needed a very focused team, work around the clock. Sometimes we had to work many weekends in a row, and what we also needed, not only the scientific team, but the trust of the government. So, for example, multiple times I talked to our ministers, our president, and it was fantastic to see how they took the scientific advice, not only from myself, but from the Ministerial Advisory Committee, from Professor Salim Abdul Karim, a good friend of mine. And they really took that scientific advice, and that's what really allowed South Africa to respond quite well. We have done mistakes, but in general, I think that we got much higher number of things correct than mistakes, and it's great to see that being recognized. But this is something that involves scientists, public health officials, government, and the public. And one thing that we have to do is not to put our guard down and invest more on what is called prevention of epidemics and pandemics. So as new virus or new bacteria, antimicrobial resistance is a big problem coming through, that we can respond in the same way, but not only on responding on the scientific front. What we are excited is what's happening in South Africa now, starting producing vaccines in South Africa, therapy, diagnostics, so that can also help our industry, our economy, and also to provide jobs to the country.
Well, Professor Tulio, thank you so much indeed for your time and for speaking with us this afternoon here on Newzroom Afrika.